Hello friends, welcome back to our channel Tech India. This is going to be session third for the series that we have started for actual exam questions for certified cloud practitioner exam. So let's start with our first question of this video without wasting any time. A company want to review its monthly cost of using Amazon EC2 and Amazon RDS for the past year. Which AWS service or tool provide this information? Here are the options. AWS Trust Advisor, Option B, Cost Explorer. Option C, Amazon Forecast. Option D, Amazon Cloud Watch. You can take your time to guess the correct answer. This question may be quite easy for you, and you may have guessed the correct answer as of now. So now let me reveal the correct answer. Cost Explorer is the correct answer. Question is concerned about the cost of Amazon EC2 and RDS, right? So even if it is not considered with the cost of EC2 or RDS, it could be any other AWS resource as well, whether it is S3 or any other resource, EBS, whatever it is. Even then also, Cost Explorer will be the tool that will provide the information related to the cost. The name itself is indicating that, right? And not just that, if you enable the Cost Explorer, it will prepare data about your cost for current month and last 12 months. Then it calculates the forecast for next 12 months as well. How much cost you will have to pay in next 12 months. And also one more point is that the current month data is available for viewing in 24 hours. Suppose you want to see the data of cost for 18th of August. It will be available on 19th of August only. You will not be able to see like the cost for the resources for the today's date today itself. So you have to wait for at least 24 hours. So I hope this is clear. Now question number 12. A company want to migrate a critical application to AWS. The application has a short runtime. The application is invoked by changes in data or by shift in the system state. The company need a compute solution that maximizes operational efficiency and minimizes the cost of running the application. Which AWS solution should the company use to meet these requirements? Here are the options. Amazon EC2 on-demand instances. Option B, AWS Lambda. Option C, Amazon EC2 reserved instances. Option D, Amazon EC2 spot instances. So you can take your time to guess the correct answer, but let me help you with the keywords. Critical application, short runtime, maximizes operational efficiency, and minimize the cost. These are four keywords in this question. So now let me reveal the correct answer. Correct answer here will be AWS Lambda. And why is that? Because Lambda is a serverless compute service that allows you to run code without provisioning or managing servers. So it automatically scales and manages the infrastructure required to run the code in response of incoming requests or events. So it is invoked by changes in data or by shift. So it is more suitable. And apart from that, there is one more point. Whenever short runtime is there, AWS Lambda is the most suited service that will help you. And also it minimize the cost because here if you see the options, on-demand instances is the most expensive compute service I would say, and Amazon EC2 reserved instance. It is required when load is supposed to run for years and you are able to give commitment that I will use this server for at least 1 year or 2 years. Then it is helpful for you. But this is not the case here, right? And now, spot instance. You may be aware, spot instances may terminate anytime whenever the bid that you have put is not able to meet the current price. So it is not correct because the application is critical. And if the instance get terminated, your application will stop. So that is the concern. So option B, AWS Lambda is the correct one only. Now question number 13. Which AWS service or features allow users to connect with and deploy AWS services programmatically? And options are AWS Management Console, Option B, AWS Cloud 9. Option C, AWS Code Pipeline. Option D, AWS Software Development Kits, that is SDK. Now try to guess the correct answer. Okay, first thing is that all these options will be able to deploy the resources in AWS, because you can deploy using AWS Management Console as well, Cloud 9 as well, Code Pipeline as well, SDK as well. But the correct answer here will be SDK, because the question is asking programmatically. So that will be the correct option only. And why is not this one? Because it will just navigate you through the console. You will not deploy the resources programmatically. So this is not correct. Cloud 9 use IDE. It will also not be correct. Now AWS Code Pipeline, it will use CI/CD. So it is also not correct. Only AWS Software Development Kit will be the correct answer here, because it will help you to deploy programmatically. Now question number 14. A company plans to create a data lake that uses Amazon S3. Which factor will have the most effect on the cost? Options are the selection of S3 storage tiers. Option B, charges to transfer existing data into Amazon S3. Option C, the addition of S3 bucket policies. Option D, S3 ingest fees for each request. Take your time to guess the correct one. Let me reveal the correct answer now. The correct answer here will be the selection of S3 storage tiers. And why is that? That is the main point. Because S3 offers you with different storage tier with varying cost based on the factors like frequency, durability, and storage requirement. And definitely, data will be stored for longer time. So that will be charged on daily basis, obviously. So it will be the factor on which the cost will depend most significantly. And if you talk about this charges transfer to into Amazon S3, it will be just one time, right? There will not be any repeated charge for this. Addition of S3 bucket policies, I don't think there is any charge for this. S3 ingest fees for each request. It is also not the correct option here. And obviously, you can see S3 storage tier will matter the most. So you need to select the storage tier wisely that suits your requirement, optimize the cost, and that is where solution architect comes into the picture. Which storage tier should be selected? Because each S3 individual tier will provide its own features, and it depends on you which features is the requirement for your load or for your data. So this is the correct one. Now question number 15. A company is launching an e-commerce application that must always be available. It is the keyword. It must be always available. The application will run on Amazon EC2 instances continuously for the next 12 months. What is the most cost-effective instance purchasing option that meet these requirements? Options are spot instances, savings plans, dedicated host, on-demand instances. So the correct answer here will be option B, savings plan, because you can see the options itself. Spot instance, it is not correct. Why? Because it must be always available. And with the spot instance, I have already told you, it may terminate anytime whenever your bid is not sufficient. Now, dedicated host is the one when you want to run your load or your server on a specific host without sharing that with any other EC2 instance that may be owned by any other person, right? So if you are reserving a particular host itself for you, then it may not be the cost effective option, right? However, it is considered as the safest approach, but it is not the cost effective approach. So it is also not correct. On demand instances, I have already told you, it is expensive compute service. Reserved instance may also be economic option. Sport instances may also be the economic option, but it is not economic at all. So savings plan is the only correct option here. That will help you to run your application all the time on the EC2 instances, and at the same time it should be most cost effective as well. So this one is correct here. So friends, this was all in this video. Thanks for watching this video. Have a great learning, and please do subscribe this channel.